Coming tonight's B-side, Republicans tired of feeling like they're always on the wrong side and tired of being called heartless. So 6 of them signing on to extending jobless benefits in the Senate because, because the alternative is to risk looking heartless if you don't. To the Daily Caller's Carla May, who says Republicans shouldn't forget the jobless, but they really shouldn't forget the taxpayers who keep forking over more dough each year, every year, for those benefits for the jobless. She joins us right now. You know, it's a good point, Carol, when you think about it. Everyone wants to help out those who genuinely need it. There is the other little issue of paying for it and those who genuinely have to pay for it. But Republicans always get nervous and antsy on this stuff. What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, it's definitely an issue of concern being labeled heartless, being labeled mean-spirited, not liking the poor. But the policies of just giving people money rather than expanding the pie, growing the economy, I think are quick fixes to a longer-term solution that, quite frankly, this administration and the Democratic Party's solutions that have been tried so far, since 2008, we've done 11 extensions of these unemployment benefits, and to what? We're continuing with this Band-Aid.
Yeah, I think you hit on it brilliantly. My issue, Cal, is we spend a lot more time and energy and money looking at ways to provide assistance for those who don't have work than we do to just helping them find work and providing their environment that will help them get work.
Exactly, and while the left might paint Republicans as heartless and mean-spirited, they're going to do that anyway. I mean, Boehner today, he said jobs, 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 and he's been saying that for as long as I can remember during this recovery. And the House has passed, I think, about 30 jobs bills that the Senate hasn't picked up, and I think that maybe taking a look at those before we move forward with more quick fixes might be a good idea.
But I worry as well for those who get the benefits, whether they get to a level. I can understand a lot of people are genuinely looking for work and can't. But, these benefits are at a point now where if you're, a stay-at-home mother or father, the issue of going back to work has to involve, is it going to negate what it's costing me for child care, and benefits have gotten generous to the point where they don't have to where they actually have to consider it, because I'm not saying you can live high on the hog, but it certainly makes a difference to some when they have to decide all these issues. So the better part of valor is, it actually pays me better to stay home and collect these benefits than to go out and find a job of like value, because I'm actually going to be behind the 8 ball if I do.
Yeah, absolutely. And to go back to that point, you talk about, a single mom, things like that. If Republicans do decide to move forward with this, you spoke about the 6 senators who voted for cloture yesterday. I don't think that there's going to be. Long story short, Republicans are going to be painted as mean-spirited no matter what from the left, and I think that looking at a longer-term solution is probably the best bet. And if they do have to vote for these unemployment extensions, they should at least get something for them and find a way to offset them.
But they won't. My fear is that they won't, and they'll fold because they're afraid of how they look if they don't. But they always forget the folks who have to pay these bills, that they look far more clueless when they don't. But we'll see what happens. Carolyn, a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, those controversial health care